Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I have a great show for you this evening. Another live show. Hello, Instagram. Hello, TikTok. Hello, YouTube. Tonight's show is going to be about the responsibility of women. People taking responsibility for their own dating life. Now, for me, guys, I know, I get it. I talk about dating a rich man, try to get providers, all these things. But I don't talk much about why. Now, don't get me wrong. You got to have money. There's no doubt about it. If you want a lifestyle that is comfortable and manageable, unless you want to pull your hair out, you need money. So it's very important that you set yourself up in your life to have the financial situation you need to live a comfortable life. No doubt. So there is just a raw resource element to it. Does he have enough coconuts or not? That's there. But let me tell you something about guys with coconuts. It's more so about the characteristics the man has to get those coconuts in the first place. Okay? You got to understand that what it takes to be a success in life, it takes integrity. It takes the ability and willingness to show up and work hard every single day. You have to make it so that people look at you and value you in the marketplace, and people can trust you to do right by them. And all of those characteristics are the characteristics of a successful man. Because, by the way, if you don't have these characteristics, if you don't live with honor and integrity, you, in short order, will lose everything quickly. That's how it goes. And those guys end up at the bottom for good reason. All right? So, when you're dating a man with integrity, has a good work ethic, they're likely to be fiscally responsible. Have a good work ethic. Do things and think about things and move in such a way that it benefits them and their families in a way that is almost systematic and predictable. It's the characteristics of a successful man that makes the successful man attractive. Because those same characteristics, because you never know. Ladies and gentlemen, you never know what life's throwing at you. You're going to wake up one day and it just be a shitstorm and you have no idea. But if you have a solid work ethic, you have a solid, you stand on principles that will make you a success in life, you will gain everything back so quickly. And so even a rich man can go broke sometimes. That's a fact. Life is like this. So if you date a successful man has the characteristics that makes him a success time and time again in his life. So when you women, looking at you, I'm looking at you, Ari, I'm looking at you, Simone, I'm looking at you, fit gal. Choose manifestly irresponsible men and then get results that are yielded from a manifestly irresponsible individual. You can't then be mad at them later because you picked them in the first place. Let me give you an example. Yo. Listen. If you go meet your man at the dive bar off the freeway, and instead of hair, he's got a tattoo of a spider web on top, it's a good bet that this looks like a person who doesn't make good decisions. You see, it's just clear that he doesn't have the characteristics of a successful man right off rip, because he gets tattoos on top of his head in the shape of a spider web instead of hair. You see what I'm saying? Nothing wrong against bald guys or whatever, but that's a choice, you see, to tat it up like that. And if you sleep with that guy because he's got a neck tattoo or whatever, what's going to happen to you is that you're going to be living with a man that makes irresponsible choices and is by himself manifestly irresponsible individual, and then you're going to get the results that are going to come from dating or sleeping with a manifestly irresponsible individual. You met him off the freeway, and then very soon you're going to be living with him somewhere off the freeway too. Do you want that? Do you get what I'm saying? So it is about the money. It is. There is a direct money impact. Okay, you need to date a guy with resources. You don't want to date a guy that doesn't have any money or is at the bottom. It's just not good for you. You know what it takes to make a lot of money? It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of work. You don't need that shit. There's no convincing me. I tell women, I've always told women this, just date the winners. Just date the guys that have already done it. There are all the time going to be guys that are making offers to you. Just take the best offer. You know, and there's a lot, and amongst those offers, those are going to be guys that are like, they're going to be all kinds of guys in all kinds of shapes, colors, and sizes that you can choose from. It's like a charcuterie board of offers from men, all right? And so just pick the best ones for you, okay? Just get the expensive charcuterie board. You want the best cheeses. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You want that expensive cheese, the stinky stuff. The point is, guys, is that you choose who you're dating. And I'm not saying there aren't situations where you started seeing a man or something, and then habits and things developed over time, and things changed. I'm not saying that's impossible, you know. And barring abuse, I'm not blaming you for that either. But I am saying, for the rest of it, if you want to live in poverty, or you want to live barely getting by, you don't date a man that's already barely getting by or in poverty. That's it. If you start dating for potential, and I'm sure everybody in here that have had some fucking life experience can attest to this. If you start dating for potential, you very quickly realize that potential never comes. And you know what's so interesting about men? Because I was one. So when I was a young man, I always thought to myself that I had this perspective of, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to be famous, blah, 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 blah. And where that might come true for some folks, the majority of folks, it doesn't come true. That doesn't come true for. Do you understand? 99% of them, all right? So for me, I've been in situations in my life that have made me, you know, more fortunate than others, and I have some natural talent, and some others, good circumstances have allowed me to create a lifestyle for myself that is good for me. And some people would say that I realize my potential, but I am the exception, ma'am. And most of the time, it's everybody thinks they're going to be rock stars. Everybody thinks they're going to be millionaires. Everybody thinks they're going to be congressmen, but they don't do any work. They're entrenched in their habits. They sit around and play video games every day, or they blame everybody else for their own situation, and they end up staying where they're at forever. And the next thing you know, they look up and they're 50 years old. Same guy they were in high school. That's just how it goes. All right. So if you start dating for potential, I promise you, 9 times out of 10, 9.9 times out of 10, you are going to be disappointed. But that man doesn't realize his potential. And you want to know what else? You want to know something else? Is that when that man doesn't realize the potential he thinks he has, because everybody thinks in their imagination they're going to be rich and famous when they're young. And it's like, okay. But when that person that you're dating doesn't realize their potential, you date them for their potential. But when they don't realize their potential, who do you think they're going to blame? People that don't realize their potential, who do you think they blame anyways? They don't blame themselves, because if they blame themselves, they might reach their potential. If they blamed themselves for their own situation, and then have that sort of introspective, real life dialogue, they in themselves would go, I can improve this situation for myself. And then those are the steps it takes to realize their potential. But when you start dating guys for potential and then they don't realize it, they're going to blame you. They'll blame you for the reason why they didn't make it. The reason why they're not successful, you held them back, you got in their way, you never encouraged them, you didn't give them enough back scratches or whatever, and now it's your fault, you bitch. That's what it's going to be, folks. Do you want that? Do you want 20 years of making excuses for someone? That's what you're going to get. So, my point is, don't be reckless with who you're spending your time with, who you're spending your nights with, who you guys are having Bible study with, or whatever. Because you will regret that decision. Wait at the finish line and date the winners. That's it. Winners mean credit score over at least 700, money in the bank, place to lay their head at night that isn't with 5 other dudes. Good start. All right? That's what you got to do, folks. Has a car, something like that. Stuff like that. Okay? All right. And yeah, one more thing, just before I go to the questions here. Just to be clear, you're going to get offers all along the way. So there are plenty of men out there that will embellish their situation to impress you. So, ladies, you need receipts. Show me the deed. Show me the card note. Check his wallet. Make sure his name's correct on his driver's license. Do a background check. Look it up. All right? Help each other out, ladies. Somebody get on the white pages. Stat. Look in his medicine cabinets. Y'all go to his house for the first time, you look in his medicine cabinets. Look at what's on those pill bottles, those orange bottles. You better find out. That man might have HPV or something. You don't know until you look. Go check. He's going to wonder what you're doing in there for so long, but you should take the risk. Risk it. Take the risk, folks. Risk it all. That's right. Find out what's on those RX prescriptions. Where are they? You know where to look. It's right behind the mirror. All right? Okay. All right. Open up the floor. Yeah, this is not legal advice. That's right, Diana. Thank you for that caveat. Take the risk. Okay. I respect people's privacy. Yeah, respect people's privacy at your own peril. Criminals are real private. You know what I'm saying? You need to see, I disagree. You need to see medical records, police reports, criminal background checks, parking tickets, all of it. You need to know. Where's that meter where he's parked illegally? Is that out front of that hose house? You need to know. Fuck their privacy. That's how you end up paying the price. What? Please tell us more secrets. I am telling you the secrets. That's what I do every live. Let's see here. No, I already answered that one. Does someone like you if you're... Okay, here it goes. Does someone like you if they are not allowed to use the phone at work, but they always message you? Listen, if a man is texting you all day long, that man is not busy enough. That sounds like his house is not in order. If a man is texting, hey, what's up? It's 11:30. Haven't even had lunch yet. Some of y'all haven't even gotten out of bed yet, taking your eye mask off and stuff. He's like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? What do you think about that meme I sent you 2 hours ago? He's not working hard enough. His priorities are all out of whack. Man's texting you all throughout the day. Texted you at 9:30, some funny meme. He followed up with you about that meme at like 11:30, and then I text you. He texted you while he was on his lunch break, or called you on his lunch break, and then at 3:30 he texted you, and he's texting you at 4:45. You're about to get off, and then he's texting you on the way home. Like, that man is not busy enough. He's got way too much free time, and I don't know this, but I bet I could guess how much money he's got in the bank. Piquito. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all take Spanish in high school? Piquito. Is that what you want? That's the kind of money you want? Piquito money? He's texting you all day long. It's small. You know what I'm saying? He stands on his wallet and he doesn't get any taller. Still 5'9". Paquito. Let's see here. Do rich men mind if you have a kid? Do rich men mind if you have a kid? Some will, but here's the thing, ladies. There's a lot of men out there, and men. You think men care if you have a kid? Men will present offers to you even if you have a husband. You think that you having a kid is going to stop you from getting offers? There's nothing going to stop them. You're still going to get invitations. That man will himself have a full-blown family in Kentucky. You can have a child that you have. You think that's going to stop you from getting offers? I don't think so. Let's see here. What if he's rich but selfish and bad? Well, listen, guys. This channel, I can't really be talking too much about adult stuff on here. However, if he's generous with his cash, though, does it balance out? You know what I'm saying? Selfish and bad, but you got an Hermes. You know what I mean? Maybe you're going to have to put in a little work, sis, Hermes isn't going to buy itself. Get what you pay for kind of thing. All right. Let's see. Let's see here. How do you tell? That's a good one. How to tell they're done with the wild time, new money stage that you mentioned and ready to settle? Oh. Okay, so Medusa's saying, you say a guy just comes into money, like just starts having money for himself. The question is, how do you know when they're done sort of exploring all their options, all the things that sort of life is starting to open up for them. They can start to afford to be in places, afford better dates, better quality people. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing. That varies, man. Straight up. That could be anywhere from 2 years to 10 years. It just straight up depends. I think all you really need to look for, no matter what, with cases of a successful man, is when they're ready to have kids. That they'll tell you straight up, I want to have kids now. I want to have kids this year or next year. They'll say those kinds of things too. And that doesn't mean they're going to be like not wild or whatever anymore and like not want to like live their life fully. But when they start having kids or wanting to have kids, that's when it gets pretty serious for them. And here's the other thing. Men don't give a shit. They're going to marry the woman right in front of them. They're going to have kids with a woman right in front of them. When they decide they want to have kids, they'll do it with a woman right in front of them. The barista, the waitress, the woman that was nice to them at the strip mall. It doesn't. Literally, the women are right in front of them. So, there's your answer. Hope that helps. I'm 38. Should I go for an older man? I've never met or witnessed personally a woman who is in her 30s or 40s even that was dating a man in his 20s, because my God, how useless is a man in their 20s? Like, they're all over the place. Most of them, they don't know what they want, what they're doing. Their hands in a lot of pots, as they should be. They're not even sure who they are yet. How useless is a man in their 20s? So when I see a woman that's in her 30s and 40s seriously dating a 20-something-year-old man, I just think she's insecure. That's it. Like, you want to mother somebody because you're insecure about yourself and you want to cling on to your youth and be attractive to young folks or something. Because you could be dating a man who's older, more established, and that just, for that man, you can learn something from him. You can respect them and shit. You see, I get the pool boy fantasy or whatever, but every time I see a woman seriously dating, who was that woman? Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher. I'm just like, fuck, man. I love Demi Moore too, but I feel like that whole situation, I saw it the whole time. I'm like, that insecure. It's just like you just want to feel young again. You know what I mean? It's so obvious, and it looks kind of sad on most of the time. Because there's no way you can like look up to a man who's like 22 and you're 38. You see what I'm saying? It's like, even just talking to 22-year-olds, you have this level of like, I've been there, I've seen this and understand what you haven't even conceptualized yet. And so like, how are you going to look up to that man? How are you going to think that he's going to protect you in a time of crisis? You know what I'm saying? So it screams insecurity to me. So if you're asking me if you should date younger or older, date older. And that's across the board for all women. Date older men than you. Okay. Do rich men care about your financial status? As I said before, ma'am, rich men don't care about how much money you make. What do you think? Let's do some math. I know you guys hate math or whatever. Let's talk about some math, all right? Because we do this sometimes. You got a man that makes a small, but he's not rich, but he's, top 1-2% in the world. So $3 to $5 million a year. That man's making $5 million a year, and you got a job out of college, let's just say you got a good job, and you got a college education, you got a good job, you're making $70,000 a year, okay? Do you think he cares that whether you make $70,000 a year or minimum wage, or even if you made $300,000 a year, if he's making $5 million, it's like, here's his pile, and then here's your little contribution, and if he links up with you, throwing it on there isn't even going to put a dent in it. It's almost laughable. It's like a joke. It's like, what do you, just keep your money, honey. I don't, do whatever you want to it. I don't care. If men care about how much money you make, their pile's not this. Their pile's this. What did I say earlier? Piquito. They have a small pile. And if they're asking you how much money you make, they need some of yours. Do you understand? If they care about how much money you make, if a man cares about how much money you make, they need some of yours. So, do with that information what you will. Because let me tell you, men that make money don't care how much money you make. You're just not gonna. It's an insignificant contribution. Your added income to the household income is not enough to matter. Paquito. You should do a podcast. I'm doing one right now. I'm doing one with you guys right here and right now. Listen, I don't want to sit across the table. I'm polite, so I don't want to sit across the table and just nod my head to somebody's not so well thought opinions, not so well thought out opinions. I'm going to sit there and argue with them, and I'm like, well, I'll show up to their podcast and do their thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, I never thought about that before. And I did think about that before, and I think your thoughts are dumb. So I don't even want to engage. You see what I'm saying? You know how many people ask me to do their podcast? I'll do videos and stuff with some people, and I'm just like, I can't believe you think this. This is crazy to me. But I got to be polite, I don't want to hear your opinion a little bit. You ever have somebody talking, like you're in a table with a bunch of people and there's just that one person you just hate, And when they start talking, you're just like tuned out, just God, shut up. Just I don't know why, but my ears burn right now. It hurts. Ugh, That's what it's like on a podcast. You're just sitting there, just listening. And then now you're stuck here for 3 hours, and you're just like, my social battery is gone so fast, and I don't even agree here. So this is my podcast. Yeah, turns out to a debate. Why am I debating somebody? What? I don't even want to be here in the first place. Why are we debating? What did I get myself into? That's why I say no to them. No thanks. I'm a one-way yapper. Except for sometimes. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, that's funny. Wait. Why is it not going? Okay, hang on. Somebody said, oh my God. What is, no. No. I lost it, sorry. I lost it, I'm sorry. I snapped back to the bottom. Damn it, that was a good question. I only got the first half of it though. Let's see here. You're Shira's friend. Yeah. I'm friends with Shira. I talked to her the other day actually. We'll probably do something again soon. Like we'll do another show. I'll go live with Shira. Well, we joke around. We're fun. We're joking around. We're back and forth. But there's a lot of tit for tat between us. So I'll see her. I'm sure you'll see me doing a live with her soon. I was on her live this morning. Yeah, Shira's great. Yeah, I've done several lives this year. You can go to her channel right now. I'm on her page like 3 times, 4 times, something like that. We do TikToks all the time together too. It's rich on paper. Let's see. Hello everyone. How do you know if? Okay, this is a good one. How do you know if a man wants to be a boyfriend or just wants to hook up? If he texts you before if he texts you before 7 p.m., he can be a boyfriend. If he texts you after 7 p.m., he just wants to hook up. Ta-da! Problem solved. That's it. If you've seen that man, if you know for sure he's not a vampire, like you for sure know, he could be a boyfriend. But if you've only ever seen him at night skulking around, he might be a vampire. Can't date vampires, they're not even alive or real. So we want real ones, living, breathing ones. Okay? Can't be going around just only seeing Nosferatu at 9 p.m. or later. If you've only seen him around lurking around the bars or clubs at night, he might be a Nosferatu. That's it. That's how you know, folks. The sun's got to be up, and he's got to be clearly visible in daylight. Then he could be a boyfriend. Let's see. Hello, everyone. I only ever attract rich men. Whoop, that's a good one. If you guys are subscribers, always put your questions to the top. Hello. I only ever attract rich men. How can I date a normal man who's actually a good guy? But just because they're rich doesn't mean they're bad guys. That shouldn't be the standard. You got to understand that dating rich guys, though, they do have options. There's options there because lots of girls want to date rich guys, and they also a lot of rich guys, especially new rich guys, have something to prove to like themselves or like their bitch ex or their bitch high school crush that never gave them time of day. Such a bitch. See, they're carrying that with them into their adult life, and then they make some money and they got to prove it to her. Sandra D, who never gave me any play or action at all, never even looked my way in high school. They're just proving it to them by just sleeping with anything that walks. That's what it is. So rich guys have some of that inside of them. But that still doesn't mean that they won't want to settle down at some point, especially around the time they want to have kids. That's right. Do rich men care about girls with tattoos? That's just a personal preference. A lot of guys don't really like tattoos, but I think just like with anything, there's a right way to do things, and then there's a wrong way to do things. All right? What's the example I said earlier? You meet a guy at a motorcycle bar. He's bald, and he's replaced his hair with like a spider web on the top. Or just I don't know. Who is the redhead from Who Framed Roger Rabbit? What was her name? What was that one? God, I like that girl too. What was her name? Who's the redhead from Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Jessica. That's right, Jessica Rabbit. So if you got a grown-ass man with Jessica Rabbit on his arm or a spider web tattooed on his face, there's just a right way and a wrong way to do things. It's personal preference, but there's sort of things that we all kind of generally agree that are kind of like, okay, all right. Same thing with girls. There's just a wrong way to do things, okay? Some of y'all tattoo your eyebrows on, and some of y'all need it. I've heard of threading. Some of y'all need that shit. You got spaces in between. But that's the right way to do things. The wrong way is a Yoshi egg tattoo on the back of your calf. Right way, wrong way. All right? Personal preference, though. All right? Oh my God, I did something right. There you go. Threading hurts like hell, yeah, but pain is beauty and beauty is pain. So, think it's easy? You're walking around 4-inch heels all night with a peep toe pump. My feet hurt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes you just gotta, grit and bear it, ladies. Get out there. Beat those bricks on the pavement. Can't sit at home all night. You can't. If you do that every night, you're gonna be lonely. Have a life, all right? Now I feel attacked. I'm talking to you. Star. Let's see here. Right. If you bring up problems... Okay, wait. If you bring up problems in the behavior a man has, he starts acting right. You find out he cheated. I'm sorry, Mimi, I don't know what you're saying. You said that kind of before, and it's just not clear what you're saying. You got to rephrase it. I will answer your question, just say it in fucking English. God. I'm just kidding. It wasn't English. It was just bad grammar. Just redo it. Okay, how do you know if a guy is an undercover narcissist? Listen, folks, I'm so sick of this. Y'all throwing around the word narcissist left and right, sprinkling it everywhere. And not everybody. Most people aren't narcissists. Most people are just simply selfish. And you can't blame a person to act in their own self-interest, you see. And there's varying degrees of that, but to expect everybody to be Mother Teresa and just so giving all the time is sort of unfair. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't a spectrum to this, and it can't be like some people are very, very inconsiderate. I've been around people, and it literally blows my mind how inconsiderate they are, and they genuinely it doesn't even cross their mind. They don't even think about it. Like, it didn't even cross their mind. That's what they didn't consider it, because they're inconsiderate, and it blows my fucking mind. I'm not like that. But again, there's a lot of that's on a spectrum. It's like there's a whole wide range of that. So trying to put them in the box of a narcissist so that you can justify the reason why you're not interested in them. Don't do that. Just, if they don't work for you, then just don't date them. Date other men. Date multiple men till you figure it out. Until you're married, you should be doing that anyways. Okay. Okay, let's see here. When the mask comes off after saying no and setting boundary, narcissists for reals. That's hard. I don't understand what you're saying, exotic babe. Let's see. Okay, guess what? What? Do you do weddings? As the groom, that's funny. Let's see, what do you do? What do you do about a man who always uses work as the excuse to not setting up plans? Well, if the man's not setting plans to see you, then he's not that into you, straight up. Now, I will say this though: if a man is about his business and he's actually working, okay. So here's the thing: if a man is about his business and actually working, he's not really gonna. Here's what it is: we wake up and it's like go work, and it's like okay. We're getting to the end of the day. We're getting to the end of the day. No more things can be accomplished today, no matter what. So now I think, okay, what am I going to do tonight? That's how it is. So if a man is if he's not texting you until the end of the day, like late in the day, first and foremost, make sure he's not a vampire. He could be dating Nosferatu, as I mentioned. All right, you never know. You got to see him during the daytime sometime. But most of the time, if a guy has a business and he's about it, okay, he is going to be busy. And you shouldn't blame him for that. In fact, that should be kind of a relief a bit, you know? If he's actually about it, he's actually making money, then good. Because you know what? You could have the opposite. You could have a guy that's texting you all day, trying to take walks in the park midday on a Tuesday. And it's like, don't you have money to be making, sir? Shouldn't you be out there getting it? What do you mean? All right? So just listen, guys that are actually about it are busy. But they should, if they like you, they'll still make a plan to see you. Like we'll have dinner, we'll go to a place, whatever. So the answer is, if he's not making a plan with you, you're the other woman. Or one of many. And if you're okay with that, that's cool. I get it. Birds do it, the bees do it. We all need a little Bible study in our life. Somebody's going to be praying. But if you want something more, you're the other woman. Let's see here. He keeps sending mixed signals even after I ask him what his intentions are. Again, you're the other woman. He thinks he can do better than you. Even if you know for sure you're seeing him exclusively, you see him every day, let's say. If he's like you, you're like, where is this going? And he doesn't give you really an answer. I'm not sure. We'll just see how it goes. It's been 6 months. He thinks he can be better. He can do better than you. That's it. If you're not clear as to where this is going, he thinks he can do better than you when he gets so rich and famous one day in his imagination. But listen, there's hope for you yet, because there's such thing as common law marriage. You get yourself into a state where and after a few short years, the state will decide that y'all are already married. So that's what you got to do. Send them job applications from good job applications from places where there's common law marriage. Look, honey, I found you a great opportunity. That's how you capture them. Get them in your net. I got them. Community property. Perfect. There's some states you don't even have to ask what he intends to do. Y'all just got to move in for a couple of years. You don't even need to ask him. The state already decided long ago. The state decided 2 years back what your intentions were. You just got to get them into those states. That's all you got to do. Get on Indeed. Start sending them forward them job apps. That's it, folks. Hang on, I got to do a little puzzle game. Get in there. Okay. Send them a job application from Missouri or wherever they have common law marriage. Let's see here. Wait. Let's see. Okay. Colorado, Kansas, Iowa. There you go, folks. If you're unclear where this relationship is going, all you have to do is this. You go onto Indeed.com, filter the states by Colorado, Kansas, and Iowa, all right, and start sending your man job applications with with a 20% increase to salary according to Glassdoor.com, and you start sending that man job applications in those states, all right. And then when he applies and he gets hired, when y'all move together, help him out, help him get set up and move into that house with him, get him all set up. And when he's there, you're going to be the only person he knows in that city. All right, so he's going to welcome you to stay in that home with him while he's getting established or whatever. Next thing you know, 2 years are going to go by, and then the state's going to decide where that relationship's going. That's how then you don't even need to ask him. You don't even need to know. He doesn't even need to know where it's going. You already know where it's going. The state decided 6 months ago where it's going in your community property. That's all you got to do, folks. Send him some apps from Indeed.com. Start forwarding his resume for him. And then when he gets a call back, you can be like, you should take it. I don't know how you got that call from HR from some company in Iowa, but you should take it. It sounds like a good opportunity. At least hear him out. And then in just a few short years, half of that will be yours. That'll be your little kingdom. There you go, folks. Words of wisdom. That's so stupid. Okay. Do that, though. Let me know how it goes. I want to know if some of y'all has gotten hitched by common law. Leave a comment below. Oh, man. A girl can dream. That's right. Okay, folks. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. That's my live. I will be back again soon. Schedule's on Instagram. Follow me over there. Thanks again for joining me. This has been a great live. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.